my channel. Today I'm gonna share with you guys this wig right here. And yes, honey, it's a frontal. If you'd like to know how I laid this frontal, then keep watching. Alright guys, so this wig is from OMGqueen.com and this is their thick Yaki bob. So this one comes with a middle part and a fairly angled blunt cut. So you see, if you don't know how to tweeze, this makes your life a little bit easier. Alright, so first things first, I pop up Reese all the honeys. Just joking. Let's bleach these knots. For bleach, I am using Schwarzkopf's Blonde Me 9 Levels of Lift Bomb stuff. If you don't know about it, be about it. As well as with 30 Volume Developer. And I'm going to add in, I've showed you guys this before, but it's the Blonde Me Blue additive, and it helps to bleach and tone at the same time. As well, I'm going to be adding this Color Flex, which is kind of like Olaplex, but you don't have to change your formula, so it helps to keep the integrity of the hair. So as I'm going to mix everything into this little bowl here, so I've got the bleach, blue additive, and just a bit of developer. Like, you want to make this a thick paste. This is going to help with like not bleeding onto the actual hair, and it's just gonna make it so much easier to control. Like, I don't ever recommend making a mixture this thick that you're ever gonna put on like a real person's head. It defies all the rules. Never put a mixture this thick on your real hair or on real human beings' hair, like a person attached to it. But for bleaching knots, y'all, it'll get you right. So I apply this layer on, play it on thick all over, and I let that process for roughly 10 to 20 minutes, depending. Then I proceed to wash it out. You do not need to use neutralizing shampoo when you're washing out bleach, y'all. Water neutralizes it. It's not going to keep processing if you use water. That's all you got to do. Then I move on to tinting the lace because it was too light, so I had to make it a little bit darker. And how you do that is you make a tea blend with some black tea, boil that up, and then you can now tint your lace. So I'd prefer a lace to be too light than too dark, because then you can't go back if it's too dark. Okay, so this is the wig after bleached and tinting the lace. So I'll put it on a styrofoam head, but if you don't have a styrofoam head, you can just take your mannequin, put a piece of paper towel on it, and then that way when you put on your wig, you can see everything that's going on if you need to customize the hairline a bit more and get a real visual of how it's going to look. So as I mentioned before, this wig already comes with a part. So I feel like this, if you're not super experienced with tweezing and all that stuff, this wig is very good for you. It comes with a part already. The hairline is lower density, so you don't have too much to pluck. Like, this is the hairline before I customized it, before I actually tweezed too much out. So it's, look at that. You got something to work with, girl. Okay, so what I did here is I felt like it was a bit dense around the part, so I'm just going beside the part and thinning it out a bit, and this is just going to ensure that it lays really flat on my head. So sometimes tweezing isn't just for the hairline, it's just for areas that you feel like are too dense and you want it to be a bit flatter. As well, I'm not a fan of a perfectly clean straight part, so I went into the part and made it a little imperfect by just plucking out random hairs along the way. Another pointer when you are plucking, keeping the hair wet is a dream. It makes your life so much easier than when you try to pluck it dry. So keep that in mind. So you can see that this is the side that I've now customized. It's not so far off from what it already came like, which means that my work was a lot less. This also means that depending on your natural hairline and the size of your forehead, you might not actually have to do too much customizing because the density of the front is a lot lower than your average lace wig. So I forgot to show you guys when I put the band on, but I've done that in other videos, so I think that's pretty straightforward. I put the band on to make sure that it lays nice and secure. I flip it up, and we're gonna try this out now and see how this goes. Okay, so now I'm going to fix up like the baby hair life. I like to do that on my head because I like a lot of baby hair, but I have some of my own, and then it just gets too much if I do it on the frontal, on the mannequin head sometimes. So I like to gauge it on my head. So I pull that first row down, and then I start to cut it shorter and shorter. I don't make it too short because I want it to have a bit of weight so that when I lay it down, it's not just like spiking up. So I repeat this step on both sides. So I'm doing an up and down motion with the scissors. That's called slide cutting. I do that so that it's not blunt. I actually couldn't find my razor, so I would normally use a razor. But if you don't have a razor, you can slide cut, which is that process of going up and down, razoring off the end so that it's not blunt. So once I've got my desired amount of baby hair, I use this old little angled brush. I like to have some water on hand in a little bowl. And on the back of my hand, I'm gonna put like a little bit of my foundation right here. So I mix my foundation with the Got2b gel. Why do I do this? Because I don't care what you say, they flake a little every now and then. But if it's gonna flake, it's gonna flake the color of my skin. It is not gonna flake white on your girl. So take that home, use it, own it, it works. Okay, so after I've made my concoction blend of colored Got2b gel, I lay this on my hairline only. I don't need to put this on my whole head, just the front of my hair, because realistically this wig is super secure already. I just need this now to lay down those little spots and hide those little secrets. I let that dry slightly, I pull it forward, and I press it down and let that do its magic. Then after that, I pull forward the baby hairs that I've created, and I use some water. Now this water is going to help me mold them and lay them down the way that I'd like before committing fully with the gel. So it's like I'm using the gel and the water to like work together, because sometimes the gel itself, the gel, right? It gets sticky, it's hard to work with, but if you just use a little water to soften it up, it helps you make mistakes and fix them at the same time right away. So yes, it gives you power. So once I'm done kind of sculpting the shape of the baby hairs that I want, I move on to the sideburn area. And that's the little tricky flap that gets everybody annoyed, because it's just a flap and it's annoying. So anyways, I put the gel on my hair, on my actual sideburns, on my scalp, all of it. And then I pull it forward, lay it down. And I use the tail comb to like hold it. I think it's much better than your finger. Your finger seems to just kind of take up way more space. And then I take the blow dryer and let that settle in. Let it dry, honey, let it dry. So after that is done, it is time to cook the hairline. Like, you think it's dry at this point, but it is not. Do not trust it. It is not dry. It is just tacky and it's just holding it in place, but this is what's going to seal the deal. So I put this, it's a tie head that has some stretch. It doesn't have to be the specific one. You can use whatever's going to work for you. But my biggest pointer is letting it sit long enough, like 45 minutes, an hour. Pull out your blow dryer. Make sure that bad boy is in position, and pull out your little sideburns. Make sure they're going in the direction you need them to go. Yeah, we'll just go straight, I guess. You see that curve, that home curl? Home curl is a curl that's too damn tight that you don't want. Get it? A home curl, like you did it at home when you were younger. The one curly bang at the front, that's a home curl. This bow looking cute now though. Okay, let's take it off. Alright, so after I've taken it off, now I can just touch up the areas that need a little attention from the flat iron, straighten that out, and honey, you are done. You can put on a little accessories, you know, highlight that too. Oh, and one last thing. How could I forget? The sideburns. So for this style, I want to keep them a little bit long, but not too long. So I went like just below my chinnish area and slide cut that just to make them a bit shorter. So this is the finished look, y'all. I hope you guys enjoyed this video and I hope you found it helpful. I tried to make it detailed, you know. Alright guys, thank you so much for watching. That is all for today. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button, as well as don't forget to turn the notifications on, darling. Très important. C'est très important. As well as give this video a thumbs up if you liked it and you found it helpful, or if you will be getting this wig right here. Oh. Yeah, I really only have one earring on.